Alrighty. After fixing the position of my camera, onto the topic of the video for today. I'm here to fix a silly mistake I made when making this handle. I didn't cut the slit for the wedge deep enough. So where the axe head's sitting is about just below where the slit actually ends. So I'm gonna cut off where that wedge is and all in today's video, and then I'm going to take it, recut the wedge, and make it deeper. This is a handle from a previous piece of work. This handle used to go for this fella. Got too loose, so I swapped it out for an old axe handle. Shorter than what I was hoping that one was going to be, but it works. And the oil I use to cut these is thread cutting oil dark. It's sulfur based for hand tools or power pipe machines, and it works great. The only issue is the smell when it's still fresh. But into the project. Yeah, that wedge slot is fairly narrow. Well, not narrow, shallow. Yeah, I cut that way too shallow. Take this other one since it has a hammer end, and fuck. Alright. So I'm gonna take a punch. Remember this one. Take the back end of it, because the front's too narrow. Nice for now. To get in there without cutting up the handle itself. Alright, now remove that old wedge and fix that mistake. Now, do I have anything to yes, I do. I have an old rack here. It's not the most protective thing, but it is still mildly protective. Now, is this one of the ones I wood glued in, or what's the deal with this fella? Can I just take the punch and go through the top and tap it out? Nope, I'm just gonna cut it out apparently. Okay. And the other part today is seating the head lower where I wanted to see it the first go around. Alright, I'm in, and I'm gonna just keep on the cut. And I'm gonna keep cutting and cutting. Now I can back up. Lighter pressure than before, since I am in the cut. Oh, I just noticed my saw is at a bit of an angle, and it has a lot of play in the cut. Crank that down a little tighter. Should be long enough to fit in the 8GB memory card I have, because it's not a lot of work I have to do. Like, this is very little compared to what I usually do, and what I usually only get like 2 videos for. But let's see if I get more videos with lower resolution. This is gonna look a lot worse. some of the other ones on this camera, but none of the videos on this camera were great. Also, I upgraded from a 4 to 8 gigabyte memory card, so that helps too. Alright, now that that's open, I'm going to grab the head, and I'm going to slot it on there. That ain't too bad. Now I need a wedge. Which one am I going to get a wedge? From a separate type of wood, maybe. Not. I honestly can't tell you. Although a pine wedge with some oak handles doesn't sound too bad. I want a couple of separate pine wedges. I don't know. I'm spitball. Now that might work. Probably too big though. Let's see if I can't get it in there. Yeah, too big. Although what I can do is take my chisel here. Yes, I risked stoling my chisel. All for the sake of content. And this will give y'all something better than brain-rotting content in today's world. To those of you who don't find this entertaining, continue on. To those of you who find this entertaining, please continue watching and finish to the end if you will. And if you made it this far, would you kindly subscribe? Because it would appear you do enjoy this content. And if you interact with a hate comment, all that's going to do is boost my content, or content like this, more to your feed. Therefore, meaning YouTube's algorithm thinks you enjoy this. So if you would stop interacting, no, and something as small as a dislike will tell YouTube that you enjoy this because you interacted with the video. Hell, you clicked on it and it's still in your history feed. So you might want to delete it from your history. If you don't know how, I may or may not show you at the end of this. But that's the issue. You gotta stay to the end to know. Or you could look up a video on how to clear something from your history feed. Either or. But again, if you made it this far, well, YouTube still thinks you like this. The only option is to A, not watch anything related, B, think about it, don't see YouTube, ow, or B, just keep your mouth shut. And now to protect that freshly opened up end grain, and y'all get to see a little bit of oiling. But I'm going to take some 226 sandpaper to that and give it a brief sanding, clean out some of these spurs, and now here comes the oil. Looks like motor oil, which is something I used before. Look at that change, just Yeah, I know the axe head's not the most beautiful, but it is pretty effective. In fact, I'll be back in the next one, give an explanation of all the things I use, including the one I used in today's video to remove the axe head, and tried to use to tap out the punch. On top of that, you used on the back as to tap it down. Adios. Yo!